Hello everybody, I'm back with another video as I promised to all you guys on fellow harp players on Facebook especially. My name is Marcian Petrescu from Romania, from Bucharest, and about 2 weeks ago I made a post on different Facebook groups related to harmonica playing, harp gear, harp techniques and so on and so forth, about a device, an anti-feedback device combined with a Mid-Bass Equalizer. And I show you some pictures with the unit, but right now it's that time again to show you exactly what this device is capable to do, because I gotta tell you, I think it will make a huge difference on the market. First of all, I'm going to explain you what exactly we have, what amps we have here, and we're going to use them to demonstrate the effectiveness of this this device. First of all, we have a Fender Super 60 red knobs, Fender Super 60 tube amp from the late 80s, early 90s, and the Boogie 50 caliber plus. This is a high gain amp. This is a, let's say, a clean amp with a separate overdrive channel. We're not going to use that overdrive channel. And on top of them we have a Behringer active speaker, active monitor speaker. And we're going to use that also because I'm going to show you how effective is this device if you are playing directly to PA, for example, with the aid of let's say a small pedal board, and even maybe a more complex one if you have. But basically many of you, when you are playing directly to PA, you are using a small pedal board that for sure contains some sort of overdrive pedal. Maybe a tube one like I have, or maybe, I don't know, a miniature tube one like the that one made by the guys from Lone Wolf Blues Company, yeah, the Harp Attack, or maybe diode type of, or transistor type of distortion pedal like also like the Harp Break, also from Lone Wolf Blues Company, or maybe other type of distortion pedal. And I'm going to show you how effective is this device in conjunction also with a small pedal board to play directly to PA. For this video I'm going to use a very powerful, this is a very powerful harmonica microphone. This is a control magnetic high impedance, high output element. It's from, I think, late 50s, early 60s, with the volume control. Basically, normally I will use a XLR cable, but because I don't know where is that XLR cable, I'm going to use this adapter with a normal jack, a normal instrument cable. I have here a C harmonica, Rocket C harmonica from Honor, and let me explain you exactly what we're gonna do. First of all, both those amps are not, at this moment, are not prepared in any, modified in any way to be harmonica friendly. The Fender Super 60 has the original preamp tubes. V1, V2 are 12AX7 tubes. V3 is a 1287 tube. This is the original configuration, how it came from the factory. The Boogie, it's also a high gain it's basically a high gain amplifier. It has a totally different layout tube. V1, V2, V3 and V5 are 12AX7 and V4 is a 1287. That 1287 is the tube that controls the reverb, the spring reverb. Basically, also both amps have high quality Acoutronics spring reverbs. I don't know exactly if the Fender Super 60 have the reverb controlled by tube, but for sure the Mesa Boogie has the reverb controlled by tube. So both amps are at this moment are completely unfriendly for amplified harmonica, because the preamp tubes are high gain preamp tubes, 100 gain factor. This is the gain factor for a 12AX7 tube. So you're gonna notice the fact that basically it's impossible to use them if you connect the microphone directly to the amp. It's almost unusable, because you can raise the volume enough to be loud enough on stage to be heard, to hear yourself on stage. So you'll see how effective is our device, the device I designed in collaboration with a very good friend of mine, a guy named Dan, who's a very skilled electronist, and he managed to put together all the ideas I had about how this device is supposed to work, and I'm going to explain you exactly how it works. So we have two tube amps. Once again, I reiterate this: both are set up like they are coming from the factory. No modifications in the preamp tubes, no nothing. So both amps, the Fender Super 60 and the Mesa Boogie 50 caliber plus, are completely unfriendly for amplified harmonica. And we have this Behringer active speaker, then we're going to use it in conjunction with a small pedal board to simulate the conditions when you want to play directly into the PA. So right now I'm going to show you. I'm going to take the camera from the stand, and I'm going to show you exactly how what are the controls on this device. So this is the device. Okay, this is the device, and very important, I put everything on a chair. Also here you can see, I get to take this out. Okay, so basically this is the, as you see, harmonica, feedback killer, and mid-bass EQ. And this one here is a small pedal board. Okay, so we have a Vox flat 4 boost with a tube. The original tube was 12AX7, but I replaced the original tube with a 12AY7 because the 12AX7 was way too aggressive and unusable for harmonica. From this flat 4 boost, the signal travels to this graphic equalizer from Artec. You can also tweak a little bit, especially if you go directly to PA, you can tweak a little bit some frequencies. And from the graphic EQ to the Tech 21 boost reverb. And from this reverb to this Palmer passive DI box. From the DI output of the balanced output of the DI box is a normal microphone cable that goes directly to the Behringer acoustic amplified speaker. Okay, let's go back to this device. What we have here, it has 4 controls. But first of all, let me show you something. This device is not powered by a power supplier, a separate power supplier. As you can see here, this device is powered directly to AC current. You can see here it mentioned 230 volts AC. This is the value of the current on the power socket you have in your home. If you are living in a country where this is the standard, between 220 to 240 volts AC. This device also has a switch. This switch here, you can change the voltage. I have to take the power cable out. So, check this out. If you want to use it in a different country where the AC current is different, has a different value, you can switch it very simple to 115 volts AC. Because in different all around the world there are different standards for this, for the AC current you have on the inside your house. So this value is for voltages between 100 and 120 volts. If you switch it, for example, like you have in United States and other countries like that, and if you want to switch it, it's very simple. Just a moment. You can switch it. Normally you can do that with a screwdriver. Okay. Right now I put it back on 230 volts. So it doesn't matter where you are in all around the globe in this world, where you are living, you have the option to set the voltage, the AC voltage, alternative current voltage, to the standard in your country. But if you are in United States, you put it on 115. If you are in Romania like me, on 230 volts. But for example, if you are let's say a traveling musician, you are living in United States of America, basically normally you'll use it at 115 volts. But if you want to travel outside, if you are a traveling musician and you travel to Europe, very simple, you bring this device with you, and before the show you check this switch here, and you have to be sure that you're gonna set it, put it on the correct value according to the standard for the AC current in that particular country. All you need to do to operate this device is a cable. You notice this is a universal standard, worldwide standard type of connector, male connector. So basically you need a cable like this one with this standard type of female connector at one end, and with a type of connector that is the standard in your country, because each country is different. In some countries is available, is valid this type of connector. In other countries, in the United States, you have a different standard. In Great Britain, you have a different standard, so on and so forth. So all you need to do, if you are buying this one, you need to buy yourself the power cable that is standard in your country. That's it. Okay, I'm gonna put the cable back. So the moment you power this unit, you're gonna see this power LED okay, is active. This power LED is active. So that means that the unit received current. Okay, inside the casing of this device we managed to fit the proper power supplier that is converting the AC current to DC current, calibrated, filtrated in the proper values to operate all the electronic circuit inside this unit. Okay, what we have here, basically, let me explain you how the signal is traveling. First of all, this is the input jack, okay, and this is the output. All right, good. So first of all, the signal is coming from the microphone, goes to the input. From the input, the signal travels first to this control. This is the mic gain level. You adjust the sensitivity of the signal from the microphone that is hitting the circuit inside the device. And here you have a calibration LED. When you are blowing through the microphone, this calibration LED will start will start clipping. It's not a, let's say how to put it, you have better to use your ears to make the calibration, but this is the LED signal that it lets you know that the signal from the microphone is controlled by this mic gain level control here. From this, the signal can travel to this Mid-Bass Equalizer. This control, you can use it or you can leave it completely closed if you want. What this Mid-Bass Equalizer is doing, well, you're gonna hear. It's a very, very effective control. If you choose to leave it closed like this, on 0, well, the signal will travel unaffected by this control, will travel to the anti-feedback control here, and also to odd frequencies equalizer. What these are doing? Well, basically these two are eliminating the feedback, are killing the feedback. So you have basically three types of control: the Mid-Bass Equalizer, the anti-feedback control, the main anti-feedback control, and the odd frequencies equalizer. Basically, the Mid-Bass Equalizer and the odd frequencies equalizer are eliminating very effectively all those nasty frequencies that are prone to induce feedback, especially if you are using an amplifier that is completely unfriendly for harmonica. And I'm going to show you exactly how this is working and how effective these are. Right now I need to put the camera back on the stand, and I'm going to show you exactly how is this working. Okay. I'm going to focus the image on the device here, and you're going to see in real time how I am working with this. Okay. All right. it's not important to see my face. The most important aspect is to see exactly how it's, to see and to hear how it's this device behaving. So right now I have the signal going into the input, and from the output of the device the signal is sent to the first to the Fender Super 60. So let me put the amp on active mode, and first of all let me tell you the volume of the Super 60, Fender Super 60 is on 6, and I have the bass on 4, the mids on 1, the treble on 3, and the presence on 3, and no reverb. Alright, check this out. Right now all the controls are on 0, completely closed. First of all, we need to set the general average volume with the help of the mic gain level. Start on 12 o'clock. If the LED is lighting up when you are blowing pretty strong, you can leave it like that or raise it a little bit, let's say to 1 o'clock or something like that, but not more than this. Also use your ears in conjunction to see, to hear the difference and how the microphone is putting the amplifier into the overdrive. So let's say this is the average setting at 1 o'clock. Okay. Once again, Mid-Bass Equalizer is on 0, anti-feedback on 0, odd Frequencies Equalizer on 0. And check this out. I'm opening the volume on this one. We're gonna have feedback. Keep in mind, like I told you, the amp is not modified for harmonica, for amplified harmonica playing. It's completely unfriendly. What can I do first to try to get rid of this feedback? Well, check this out. I'm applying the Mid-Bass Equalizer, and it's on, let's say, middle. We still have feedback. We're going to use this on maximum to try to get rid of unwanted frequencies, low mid frequencies. Once again, this is a very unfriendly amplifier for harmonic. Right now we're going to apply the anti-feedback, let's say of 12 o'clock. We still have problems. Okay, let's apply a little bit of odd frequency equalizer. Let's put it at, I don't know, at 10 o'clock or so. Already we're making progress. Let's put the anti-feedback control on 1 o'clock. And the odd frequency equalizer at 11 o'clock. And right now we are loud. We have a little bit of frequency that are prone to induce a little bit of feedback. We can raise a little bit the anti-feedback. Okay, so we're on the right track. We can pinch a little bit the odd frequency equalizer. Keep in mind one thing. The odd frequency equalizer control on this device after 12 o'clock will start to affect the overall sound. It's a compromise you have to live with, because in the end the goal of this device is to get rid of the feedback and to offer you a chance to be able to use an amplifier that is basically unusable for harmonica. For example, you are a traveling musician, even if you are traveling inside the United States. Let's say you own a boutique amplifier specially designed for harmonica. Let's say you have a HARP King or a HARP GEAR amp or a SONNY JR 410, Avenger, the Cruncher, the Super Cruncher, so on and so forth. Or maybe a basement amplifier modified also for harmonica. But you are not able to take this amplifier if you are traveling. Let's say you have a tour in, I don't know, 50 cities all across United States, because you can't afford to rent a van with a driver and to travel from city to city, bringing your own gear, your own amplifier, your own backline. So in this situation, especially if you are a harmonica player, you will face the unwanted situation that the sound company that is providing the sound system and the backline or in a club or in a festival, they were not able to bring you let's say a friendly amp for harmonica playing. So in this situation you have a normal guitar, a tube guitar amp, a Fender Super 60, or maybe let's say a Mesa Boogie or something like that, I don't know. So in this situation you need to have a device like this that is able to cut the feedback as much as possible and to allow you to have a decent, not a perfect, a decent to good sound, amplified sound on stage, and to be able to be loud enough on stage in order to control your sound and to hear yourself on stage in conjunction with the rest with the rest of your band. Okay, so once again, the odd frequencies equalizer will affect a little bit the sound, more or less according to how much you are applying this control. Right now it's almost at 12 o'clock and the sound is pretty good. And believe me, I'm loud, very loud. For example, if I'm putting the anti-feedback control on 12 and raise this control on 2, you will hear the difference. You notice the fact that the sound is a little bit gated, but in this situation I can go even louder than right now I put the volume on 8. the sound in a certain way. But once again, this is a compromise. But as you can hear, I don't have any kind of feedback, so the device is doing its job. So I'm gonna put the anti-feedback back at 1 o'clock and the equalizer, old frequencies equalizer, back on between 11 and 12 o'clock, and the volume on the amp back on 6. Alright, so right now I'm safe on stage. If I'm gonna take out the mid-bass cut, you notice? It's better if you have an unfriendly amplifier for harmonica. It's better to cut completely, to open completely this mid-bass equalizer, because you'll be safe. And you have plenty of low frequencies from the speaker. By the way, both these amps have 12-inch speakers, not 10-inch or 8-inch speakers. So they have enough low frequencies. In many situations, these are the types of amps that sound crew will provide you on in a club or in a festival. In many situations. So the 12-inch speakers have a lot of low frequencies and also a lot of mid-low frequencies that are very prone to induce feedback, especially on an amp that is not tailored, not modified for harmonica. Okay, right now I'm going to switch the signal cable out from the output of the device to the Mesa Boogie. Mesa Boogie is a totally different amp, it's a totally different beast, it behaves totally different. If you are modifying this amplifier in the preamp section using different value for the tubes, the sound of a Mesa Boogie caliber 50, it's very good, but the way is set it right now is not good. But as I told you, I'm safe. I can put in the EQ, the built-in EQ of the Mesa Boogie, and I can shape also the sound with the aid of that EQ. I'm going to cut the reverb, and I can use this EQ to add a little bit of, I don't know, to cut a little bit from the upper mids, from the highs, from the treble, and I can make the sound a little bit manageable. Right now the volume is on 7 and the master volume is on 4. It's not a great sound, but at least I don't have feedback. I can work, I can live with it on stage. So, I'm gonna leave the volume of the microphone open, completely open, and check this out. If I take out the So this control mid-bass equalizer is very effective. If I take out the odd frequencies, EQ, I also have problems. So I let it between 11 and 12. And this feedback, anti-feedback control also will help me a lot to shape the sound and to eliminate also other frequencies that are prone to induce feedback. So once again, as you noticed, the device is very effective. I'm going to show you again. I'm going to close all the controls except the mid gain level. The mid gain level is 1 o'clock. So instant feedback, okay? First of all, mid-bass equalizer. I eliminate a bigger, I don't know, 40% of the feedback. Now, right now I'm going to put the anti-feedback control at 12 and the odd frequencies equalizer on 11. No feedback. But if I want to be completely safe, I raise a little bit the odd frequencies equalizer, OFE, okay, and the anti-feedback on 1 o'clock, and I'm completely safe. And I'm loud enough, believe me. So these are the situation when you have an unfriendly amplifier. Right now I'm gonna took the signal out from the harmonica anti-feedback killer, and the signal will go into this Vox flat 4 boost drive, and we're going to use this small pedal board we're going to use this small pedal board in conjunction with this device to go directly to PA. Okay. So I set the volume of the Behringer active speaker high enough, and check this out. First of all, I'm gonna completely close the controls, the main controls. Only the mid gain level will remain at the same value, 1 o'clock. Check this out. Feedback, okay? Engage the mid-bass equalizer. No problem. Put the anti-feedback control on 12. Put the odd frequencies equalizer on 11. No problem. Raise a little bit the anti-feedback control on 1 o'clock. Odd frequency equalizer at 12 o'clock. Okay. not the of course, if you are using a pedal board, you need to ask the sound engineer of the venue to tailor your sound, to dial the sound in the main PA with the aid of the EQ section of your channel. This device, this anti-feedback device in conjunction with your pedal board will act like a, let's say, a safety device. This is like a safety device. Will get rid of the main source of feedback. But also you need to tailor the sound, to shape the sound in your PA and also in your monitor, stage monitor, with the aid of the sound engineer of the venue. You can ask him to cut some of the high frequencies, some specific high mid frequencies, to dial the gain of the general gain on your channel, so on and so forth. So you will be able to have a good sound in the end. Right now I'm going directly into an amplified speaker monitor. So this is not the best situation, but sometimes you will be able to use even a amplified stage monitor as a, let's say, to monitor your sound if you are using a pedal board for harmonica. This is a way to deal with a possible problem on stage. Okay? So, once again, you have the mid-bass equalizer on maximum, the mid-gain level on 1, the anti-feedback on 2, and the odd frequencies equalizer almost completely on 12. So you don't have any kind of problems. So, as you can see, this is very helpful. All right, you have enough settings here to work out the final sound. I'm going to make a short break and I'm going to put back the preamp tubes. I'm going to modify the layout of the preamp tubes on both Mesa Boogie and Fender Super 60 to be more harmonica friendly, but also I'm going to show you how to use this device, Harmonica Feedback Killer, in conjunction with an amp that is more harmonica friendly, to get even more out of that amplifier in terms of volume, and also to avoid feedback the more you raise the volume of your amp. So stay tuned. So, as a final recap, right now the device is connected to the Mesa Boogie Caliber 50. I'm gonna put on 0 the Mid-Bass Equalizer, anti-feedback control, odd frequencies equalizer. The gain level of the microphone is 1 o'clock. Okay? Check this out. Horrendous feedback. Engage the Mid-Bass Equalizer on maximum, put the anti-feedback on 12 o'clock, put the odd frequencies equalizer at 11 o'clock. I can go, right now I'm at, I don't know, let's say more than 10 feet away from the amp. I can go closer to the amp with no feedback problems. Only if I put the microphone, I don't know, half foot away from the speaker, I have feedback. Right now I'm gonna put the signal, take the signal out of the device to the Super 60. Once again, all the controls, the main controls, Mid-Bass Equalizer on 0, anti-feedback control on 0, odd Frequencies Equalizer on 0. Check this out. Put the standby on. Okay. And raise the volume of the amp on 6. Normally I have feedback. Alright, check this out. We have feedback. Okay, Mid-Bass Equalizer on maximum. Anti-feedback control on 1 o'clock. Odd Frequencies Equalizer between 11 and 12. If I take out the mid-bass EQ, I'm going to have feedback. So this control is very potent, it's very effective. Also in conjunction with these two. So, as you can see, this device delivers what it says. Harmonica feedback killer and mid-bass EQ. Like I told you, these amps, as they are set right now, are very harmonica unfriendly. But with this, the aid of this device, you can work a decent sound in a case of emergency. And after I'm gonna change the preamp tubes, the layout of the preamp tubes with to make both amps more harmonica friendly. I'm going to show you how effective is this device to make them more harmonica friendly, to get rid of the possible feedback and to push the volume even higher on stage if you want. Alright, my dear harmonica friends, in the part 2 of this video about my device, harmonica feedback killer and mid-bass equalizer. Well, we're gonna analyze the situation when you have to deal with, let's say, friendly harp amplifier, but you need to push the volume more than you normally do. For different reasons. Maybe you are on a very big stage or something like that, or just pure and simple you need more volume, but you have the problem of the pesky feedback. What can you do in this situation? I'm going to show you some details. First, how I set it up my two amps, the Fender Super 60 and the Mesa Boogie 50 caliber. and I'm gonna give you some details about the layout of the preamp tubes, because I changed them, and after that we're gonna do some tests, and I'm gonna give you some final thoughts about this device, and how can you buy it in the near future. Okay, so first of all, we have here, my amplifiers. So this is the Fender Super 60. As you can see, the volume is on 8, the treble on 5, yeah, the mids on 2, between 2 and 3, bass on 4, and the presence on 4. No reverb, okay? Alright, and this is the Mesa Boogie caliber 50. The volume is on 7, the master is on 5, treble on 4, bass on 6, middle on 2, the presence is on 4, no reverb, and the built-in EQ is looking like this. Alright, I'm gonna put the camera back on the stand. Alright, right now you see the Harmonica anti-feedback killer and Mid-Bass EQ device, okay? For the moment I'm gonna put everything on 0 except the mic gain level control that is set for the same microphone we used yesterday. Okay, so first of all, you see that the device had all the controls on 0, odd frequency equalizer, anti-feedback control, mid-bass equalizer. The only thing that remained the same is the mic gain level. I leave it like in the first part of the video. Basically is the same microphone. As I told you, a very high output, high impedance control magnetic element from the late 50s, early 60s, something like that. Okay, and now let me tell you something about the layout of the preamp tubes in the amplifier, in the Fender Super 60. In the V1, from looking from right to left at the back of the amplifier, the V1 is a 1287, the V2 is a 5751, and V3 is 1287. Basically, the only tube that remains as the amp came out from the factory is the V3, the 1287. I changed the V1 and V2, V1 1287 and V2 5751. Okay, in Mesa Boogie we have 5 preamp tubes, and basically from the original layout we kept only the V4. Again, looking at the back of the amp from right to left, you have V1, V2, V3, V4 and V5. Okay, V4 remains the same, 1287, but we change 4 tubes like this. In V1 and V2 I put 5751 preamp tubes. In V3 a 1287 and in V5 a 1287 also. So basically right now we have in V1 and V2 the same tubes, 5751, V3, V4, V5, 1287. So right now I'm going to show you, you're going to hear it, this, basically both amplifiers are feedback friendly to a certain level. They are loud enough, but after a certain level, you won't be able to use them without the feedback killer. So, first of all, let me show you something. You remember the volume on the Fender Super 60 was at 8. I put it back on 5, and right now all the controls that will eliminate feedback from this device are completely closed. Only the mid gain level is engaged. Okay, so check this out. This is the Fender Super 60, and we have this situation. Check this out. Already we have a little bit of feedback. But when I say feedback friendly, I say you can use it at a lower volume. Maybe a little bit lower. Okay. So let's say you need more volume. You need to go on 6, for example, and you need to you have feedback. Okay, first of all, engage this control. Put the Mid-Bass Equalizer on 12 o'clock. You already I have the volume on 6, and already I get rid of a lot of feedback. Check this out again. Okay, I'm raising the mid-bass EQ control. Right now it's at 9 o'clock. And the volume of the amp is on 6. It's manageable. Right now it's engaged completely. But I still have a little bit of feedback. The volume of the amp is on 6. Right now I engage a little bit the anti-feedback control. Let's put it at 11 o'clock. Already is okay. Okay, right now let's raise the volume of the amp at 8. Let's see what happens. It is good already, it's manageable, and we are very loud right now. We are very loud. Check this out. If I took out all the controls, I have feedback. I put the Mid-Bass Equalizer, I open completely the Mid-Bass Equalizer, and I put the anti-feedback at 11 o'clock. Volume on amp at 8. I have a little bit of some feedback traces. I can do two things. Put the anti-feedback control at 12 first. Problem solved. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe. Or maybe put the anti-feedback at 11 o'clock and raise the odd frequency equalizer to 11 o'clock. No feedback. the device is very effective. I can raise maybe a little bit the treble, add a little bit more mids if I want from the amp, maybe raise the presence on 5 to make it a little more aggressive, the sound, and put the volume on 9. And check this out. Well, you can hear the fact that this device is working and is doing what I told you that it's going to do. Okay, right now I'm going to put the Fender Super 60 on standby and put the signal cable into the Mesa Boogie. Right now the Mesa Boogie has the volume on 7 and the master control on almost completely on 5. Okay, I disengage all the controls, sorry, not this one. I put all the controls on 0. You can hear the fact that I already have feedback. Okay, let's engage the mid-bass EQ. Already is better. More. And right now I'm going to put the anti-feedback at 12 o'clock. Let's keep the mid-bass equalizer on 9. Ow, ow. A little bit of feedback. Alright, let's put the anti-feedback at 1 o'clock. Well, in this situation, the odd frequency equalizer becomes very handy. Let's raise it at 9 o'clock. See what happens. No more feedback. I can raise it a little bit to 10 o'clock. If I put it at 11 o'clock, sounds very good. I can take maybe a little bit of the mid-bass equalizer out. You can work with these two controls and see exactly how will affect the overall sound. If it's necessary to take out more or less mid-bass frequencies out. No feedback. So basically these are the main controls that I recommend to use. The mid-bass equalizer first, the odd frequency as a last resort. Also use the anti-feedback control to cut, in conjunction with the mid-bass equalizer, to cut the unwanted frequencies that are prone to induce feedback. And the odd frequencies equalizer is, let's say, a last resort, when you can eliminate the problematic frequencies that are causing feedback using the mid-bass equalizer and the anti-feedback control. The odd frequency equalizer can be engaged and for sure will solve the problem. As I told you, after 12 o'clock this control will add, let's say, like something like a gating effect. Sometimes you need this because otherwise you won't be able to tame an amplifier that is very unfriendly for harmonica. Check this out. If, for example, if I took this, I took out this. Let's say I put the mid-bass equalizer at 12 and the anti-feedback at 11, and I engage this control to, let's say, 2 o'clock. You will hear the difference. You can use it, but will affect a little bit the sound. But check this out. We'll have this gating effect. If I took it out and put it at 1 o'clock, still had the effect. I put it 12 o'clock. The gating effect starts to diminish. If I put it at 11 o'clock, I can put the, let's say, the anti-feedback on 1 o'clock. I can put the mid-bass cut. I open the mid-bass cut completely, put the anti-feedback control, let's say at 12 o'clock, and the odd frequency at 11 o'clock. So, no more feedback problems. I can put also the odd frequencies at 10 o'clock. Okay, right now I need a little bit. I can do two things in the I can raise the odd frequency equalizer at 11, or I can raise the anti-feedback control. The best thing is to work in conjunction with all three. Add a little bit of anti-feedback, to take out a little bit of anti-feedback, add odd frequencies equalizer, and you'll be able for sure to dial your sound and to find the balance between the volume, the raw volume, a good EQing, a good balance between the highs, mids and lows from the EQ section of the amp, and also to work with the mid-bass equalizer, anti-feedback control and odd frequencies equalizer to dial your sound and to eliminate as much as feedback as possible. And in some situation you'll be able to eliminate absolutely all the feedback. I'm gonna make a few. I'll try to make few tests with other amps. Let's say with a, I don't know, maybe a Marshall amp, a head, a 50 watts head with a 4 12-inch speakers. I don't think any harmonica player will be in the position forced to use something like that, a combination like that on stage. But who knows? Maybe. And I'm gonna make a test with this device in conjunction with such a monstrosity of situation, and we'll see what are the results. But anyway, keep in mind that if you want to use this device, all you need to do is to plug your microphone into the input, took the signal out to the amp, or maybe with a shorted cable from this device to your pedal board if you want to play directly into the PA, and you have a drive pedal in that pedal board, a tubed drive pedal or a normal transistor, a diode drive pedal or something like that. And first of all, you're gonna set the gain of the microphone with this control, mic gain level. You're gonna see here that this LED, the calibration LED, will let you know that the signal is hitting the is hitting the circuit inside. This is the power indicator when you plug this device into the power socket, the power cable to the power socket. This LED will light up. So this is the indication that the device is receiving current. Okay. So after that, you set the mic gain level, and accordingly to the situation you have and how unfriendly is the amplifier, you can use these three controls: the Mid-Bass Equalizer, the anti-feedback control, and the odd frequencies equalizer to adjust the sound. Mic gain level will remain the same if you are using the same microphone during the concert. If you change the microphone during the second set or something like that, you need to adjust a little bit the volume. But you can do, for example, to work with your 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 favorite microphones and see the references, the settings, the basic settings for each microphone, and let's say make some markings for the limits where all those microphones, if you are using more than one microphone, all those microphones are working okay, and adjust them in that limit, between those limits. So anyway, let me show you something at the end of this video. Let me show you something. But I need to explain this. So, first of all, as I told you, right now I took off the power cable. Like I told you, this device is equipped with this kind of check this out. This device is equipped with a connector like this one, a male connector, for the power cable. Okay? Above the connector you have this control, this switch. When it's on 230 position, it means that the power transformer can be used in every country where the power, the main power, the AC power on the inside an apartment or a building, it's calibrated between 200 and 240 volts AC. Keep in mind, so this is AC current here. If you change this to 150 position here, that means the device can be used without any kind of problem in any country that has between 100 and 120 volts AC. Okay? So right now, because I live in Europe, I need to put this back on 230. So, what kind of power cable you need? This kind of connector is used on computers, on power monitor speakers, or a lot of other type of devices. So, in Europe, you will need a connector like this, a cable like this. This is the female connector, okay, and it goes here, and this is the connector that is going to the power socket mounted on the wall. Okay, so this is the Euro type Shuko or something like that is called. In United States, you need a cable that is equipped with this kind of connector at one end, and the connector that is standard in your country. In United States, in Great Britain, in I don't know, in Japan. As much as I know, there are 7 or 8 different standards for this kind of power cables. Okay? So, when you buy this device, you need also to buy extra, separate, you need to buy a cable, a power cable like this. With one connector like this, and the other connector need to be the standard that is available in your country. That's it. So once again, you see, the device receives current right now. And inside the device is a power adapter, very high quality power adapter that is converting the AC current to DC current, calibrated, filtrated, and to the exact values that the electronic circuit needs. So keep in mind the fact that you don't need batteries. Very important aspect, you don't need batteries. Just plug it and that's it. Power it on with a normal power cable and that's it. So no more hassle with the batteries, no more hassle with this special type of, I don't know, a power supply, a separate power supply or something like that. No more problems. And believe me, it's completely, it's dead quiet. It doesn't induce any kind of noise, weird noise or something like that. So, this is the Harmonica Feedback Killer and Mid-Bass EQ. I will give you, after I will post this video, in a short time we'll have the user manual ready with all the necessary details, and also I will make public the price that will be available for European Union and for outside the European Union. So basically in a few days you're gonna have let's say 1 or maximum 2 weeks you have all the details, and I'm sure you'll be able to start to order this device. So thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you'll find this tool device extremely useful to as a tool against the feedback issues. Thank you so much. Okay, my harmonica fellows, we have here a very unpleasant situation, let's say. This is a Marshall GTM 45 50 watts, and below is a Marshall speaker enclosure with two 12-inch speakers. Okay, this is a guitar amp, it's not modified for harmonica. Check the bass, it's on 6, the middle on 2, treble on 3, volume 1 on 2, the second volume is on 5 almost, and the channels are bridged. So check this out. First of all, this is the contraption. Okay, you can see the Mid-Bass Equalizer on maximum, anti-feedback control at 1 o'clock, and the odd Frequencies Equalizer around between 12 and 1 o'clock. Okay, calibrated for this microphone. First of all, I'm going to close all the controls, and you see it's a feedback monster. All right. It's okay, eh? Okay. Anti-feedback at 1 o'clock. Odd frequencies equalizer between 12 and 1. And mid-bass equalizer on maximum. Okay? And believe me, I'm very, very loud. And this is a very a situation that I don't think you're gonna encounter in real life, to be forced to play on a Marshall with harmonica. But anyway, with this device you can manage to get some kind of friendly signal out of it. So in a situation like this, you need to apply the odd frequencies equalizer a lot, because otherwise it's a big problem. So the device is doing what it's supposed to do. Hope it's obvious. Thanks. Okay, my harmonica fellows. So once again, a harmonica feedback killer in mid-bass EQ. All the controls are on 0 except the microphone gain set at 1 o'clock. And right now we're gonna use a Fender Hot Rod Deluxe. Okay, stock preamp tubes, no modifications, no customizing for harmonica. And check this out. And I have the volume on the normal channel on around 7. The master it's around 3. No reverb. I have presence on 3. I have the middle on 2 and the bass around 5. First of all, and the treble on between 3 and 4. And first of all, you're gonna hear the fact that right now the amplifier is unusable for harmonica because it's a feedback monster. I'm gonna ask a friend of mine to hold the phone and check this out. I can open the microphone. Okay. Mid-bass equalizer open completely, and the feedback control on 1 here, and the odd frequencies equalizer here between 12 and 1 o'clock. And check this out. No feedback. Right now I'm exaggerated loud. I can put the odd frequencies equalizer a little bit lower and lower the volume also on 5, and I'm loud enough. Why I choose this amp? Because this is an option that many rental companies will offer you on stage, but if the amplifier is not modified for harmonica with a different preamp tube layout, it will be a feedback monster. So once again, I'm 2 feet away from the amp right now, and I don't have a feedback issue. Maybe a little bit like this. Sorry. It happened. You can lower the master a little bit and feedback. With all controls engaged, no feedback. That's it. Thank you. Hello dear my dear friends, Marcin Petrescu here with another demo for the Harmonica Feedback Killer and Mid-Bass EQ. I'm in a normal club, in a normal situation. You arrive at the place of the concert and you have a tube amplifier, but a guitar tube amplifier. This is a Boogie and it has the stock preamp tubes, high gain preamp tubes. So it's very unfriendly for harmonica. In this situation, you need a device like this, and I'm gonna show you how effective is this. Check this out. Right now, on the controls, all the controls are completely closed. The mid-bass cut is on 0, anti-feedback control on 0, odd frequencies equalizer on 0. Only the mid-gain level is set for this microphone. So, check this out. Feedback monster. Okay? Right now, I engage the mid-bass equalizer. I engage the anti-feedback controller at 2 o'clock and the odd frequencies equalizer at 1 o'clock. You can see here. Okay? Alright. Right now, I'm completely safe. I don't know, 2 feet away from the amp, and I don't have a feedback problem. And I'm very, very loud. I can crank a little bit the anti-feedback, a little bit the odd frequencies equalizer, like this, and I'm also completely safe regarding the feedback. So you can hear that the device is working and is delivering the goods. Okay, thank you so much.